influence, lead, esteemed delegates, distinguished executives, respected adjudicators, future leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I am Racheal Chosen. My mission tonight is to deliver an enthusiastic and exuberant speech entitled, The Spoken Economy. Good evening to you all. In today's world, where economies are shaped not only by markets but by minds, where the future belongs not only to the strongest but to the most persuasive, public speaking has emerged as an expected yet undeniable force of economic power. Let me be clear. Economic transformation is not only about policy and production, it is about people. And people only move when words move them, because words change the world. Every great vision sparks admiration, acclamation, and accreditation. But only effective communication can transition an imagination to the realization that acceleration for every vision is possible if we overcome poor communication. Public speaking is not merely a soft skill. It is a strategic asset, an economic tool, a catalyst, a multiplier, a spark. Let me show you how. History teaches us that economies rise and fall, not only by policy, but by the persuasive power of leaders who cast vision. From boardrooms to parliaments, it is public speaking that allows a leader to articulate a vision, mobilize resources, and ignite belief in a better tomorrow. Consider this. A national development strategy is just ink on paper until a leader gives it a voice, until a leader through speech makes it personal, urgent, and collective. When leaders speak with conviction, not only to inform, but to inspire, they unlock the very first step of economic transformation, public trust. And without public trust, no economy can grow. Number two, speaking into markets. Entrepreneurs are the engines of our economies, but engines need fuel. The very first drop of fuel is not capital. It is confidence projected through speech. In economics, confidence is currency. An entrepreneur who speaks well does more than promote a product. They sell possibility, because public speaking is access. It opens doors to opportunities, capital, and participation. If we want to foster innovation, we must train our entrepreneurs how to speak, not just in English, Chinese, or French, but in the language of belief, the tone of leadership, and the voice of economic empowerment. Number three, building human capital through communication. We often invest in hard assets, roads, ports, platforms, but we forget to invest in the one thing that brings those assets to life, people, and their ability to speak ideas into existence. If we are serious about inclusive development and future-ready leadership, then we must reframe public speaking not as an ordinary skill, but as a national resource. Because when voices are elevated, a barrier is broken, a mindset is shifted, new possibility begins. The future belongs to those who can communicate, negotiate, and sell ideas across borders. Those who choose to remain silent, no matter how brilliant, will only clap hands and watch others lead, because silence is not golden, silence is dangerous. Number four, regional integration and global visibility. In an era of globalization, no economy grows alone. Regional trade, cross-border investment, and continental collaboration depend heavily on the ability to communicate our value as a nation or a region. Africa, more specifically the SADC region, stands at a critical junction. We have the resources, we have the youth, we have the innovation, But now, we must find a voice. Speaking at investment conferences, bilateral negotiations, and regional forums, that is how we position ourselves, not as international beggars, dependents, or aid recipients, but as global players. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all to be upstanding. Every economic revolution begins with conversation. Every industry started with an idea that was shared, and every nation that has moved forward has done so through voices that dare to speak vision into reality. Public speaking is not a luxury skill. It is a national asset. It is the silent driver behind the jobs we create, the policies we implement, the investments we attract, and the dreams we inspire. Let us therefore invest in the voices of our people. Let us train our students not only to read and write, but to speak and lead. Ladies and gentlemen, I call upon you all to speak boldly, speak wisely, speak for those who can't yet, because in your voice may lie the next spark of economic transformation. Let us unite in voices, one nation, one region, one continent, because a nation that speaks well builds well. Ladies and gentlemen, the spoken economy. Thank you.